When I first sat down to watch Bojack Horseman, I was expecting to watch a goofy, mediocre comedy about a horse guy. What I got was this.
Most important thing is you gotta give the people what they want. Even if it kills you, even if it empties you out until there's nothing left to empty. No matter what happens, no matter how much it hurts, you don't stop dancing and you don't stop smiling and you give those people what they want.
I became an atheist. Not an atheist till proven theist, but an atheist. I no longer believed in anything. I became a miserable, nihilistic piece of shit that couldn't wait to die. If you're watching this video expecting a witty breakdown on the depressing virtues of Bojack Horseman, you can click off. This is a video about how Bojack Horseman affected my life. I'm not anyone special, I know that now, although I have relapses. You may ask which god I worshipped or believed in. Like Bojack, I worshipped an idol, movies and television. Hollywood. It dominated my mind. The state of my mental health was determined on how close I was into getting into the industry. When I went on walks or was travelling to university, I listened to podcasts about directors and writers talking about their process. I imagined myself being interviewed, talking about whichever script I was writing about at the time. I was always watching something on my phone whilst eating or going to the toilet or whilst I was going to bed. In my free time I would try and watch 3 movies a day. Whenever I had a conversation it was ostensibly about movies and which movies were overrated or underrated. I thought I was such a big shot just because I sat down on my ass and watched a movie, which was on some list some director had made. I made no room in my day to think about anything else. I was not an individual. I was someone that watched movies. And so long as I drew nourishment from watching movies, talking about movies, wanking off to movies, I would remain that way. But like all idols, one day it failed me. And now that my idol has fell, I have no idea what to do with the rest of my life. It was watching Bojack Horseman that was the catalyst. But a catalyst speeds up a reaction that was always going to happen. Bojack Horseman ruined his life and others' lives for success in the movies, and when he got it he wasn't even happy, and then he spiraled into worse debauchery and made his friends' lives even worse, and none of it mattered. He did all that shit, and none of it mattered. In the end, it all ends. There was no justice, you simply were, and were not. If you don't remember living, and everyone who knew you can't remember you living because they can't remember themselves because they don't exist anymore, did you ever really exist at all? How the fuck are you supposed to get out of bed after that? So, I didn't. I stayed in my bedroom, never went back to university, I couldn't look anyone in the eye. I tried numbing the pain again with movies and television, but I found no solace in it, no nourishment, no joy. Once my mother realised I wasn't being lazy, she got me on antidepressants. She didn't want me to try and commit suicide, again. But there was no chance in that. I had already decided that I would wait until my mother and disabled little brother was dead, and then I'd kill myself. The thought of making a movie that made millions at the box office did nothing for me. The thought of being discussed did nothing. Having a legacy that lived on was a stupid idea to me because the universe will end and no one will remember me. It was no way to live. I wanted to change, but I didn't want to go back to the way things were before. I dropped out officially from university and became a dishwasher at a pub, where I still work today. I'm pretty sure I'll never get into the film industry, or become a professional writer, or become anyone of any significance. And maybe that's okay. I can still write scripts and novellas. I just have to learn to be okay with no one but my intimates ever seeing them. I have friends, I have family, a little YouTube channel, I go to boxing practice now for the exercise, I read more than I used to. I think I'm becoming an individual. I'm not an atheist anymore, but I don't worship movies. The hope of God's glory is better than the certainty of meaningless despair. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I might join the forces, I might learn Excel and try to get a job in an office. But there is one thing I will never do. Watch Bojack Horseman again. This show spends a lot of time telling you that the world is fucked up and nothing matters, so don't sweat it. Fuck that.